Good morning students, welcome back to Social Studies class. Chapter 3 Climate. Last class we discussed about the weather and climate and what is the difference between weather and climate. Let us recollect some of the points. What is weather? Weather is the condition of the atmosphere over a short period of time at a particular place. What is climate? Climate is the average weather condition of a place over a long period of time. What are the factors affecting the climate? The basic factors that determine the weather of a climate are as atmospheric pressure, temperature of air, humidity of air, precipitation, cloudiness, wind and breeze. The climate of a place is largely controlled by the temperature of that place. The temperature depends on the amount of heat of the sun or sun rays received by that place. Greater the heat received from the sun, higher the temperature of the place. Lesser the heat received from the sun, lower the temperature of the place. So we can say both weather and climate are controlled by the sun. Sun rays fall all over the earth in the same amount, but their effect is not the same at all places on the earth. This varying effect of sun rays causes variation in climate. Let us read about the factors responsible for climate variations. First one, distance from the equator or latitude. The earth receives all its heat from the sun. The equator being nearer to the sun, the poles for most part of the year receives more sunlight. As we move from the equator, the sun rays get diffused. Thus, the further we are from the equator, the colder is the climate towards the poles. The sun rays strike the earth at a slant height. Each of the main latitudinal regions of the Earth's surface is said to be geographical zone divided by the major circle of latitude. The difference between them relate to climate and behavior of the sun. So let us explain. The equator gets the most direct rays of the sun. The equator latitude 0 degree latitude gets the most direct rays of the sun. The latitude of a place tells us how close or far away it is from the equator. The nearer a place is to equator, the hotter or warmer it will be. So the nearer a place is to the equator, if the place is near to the equator, it will be hotter or warmer. As we move away from the equator, places get cooler because the rays of the sun fall less directly on them. As we move from the equator, places get cooler because the rays of the sun fall less directly on them. Okay, let us explain in detail. Look at this figure. This figure will help you understand the varying effect of sunrise at different places of the earth. You can see that the sun rays are falling vertically or directly near the equator. At places away from the equator, sun rays are falling in a slanted way. So two rays will be there. One is direct rays, another one is slanting rays. The vertical or direct sun rays fall or concentrate on a small area near the equator. This small area receives more heat from the sun and has a higher temperature. That is why it remains hot throughout the year. As we move away from the equator, the sun rays become slanted. Therefore, the sun rays or the heat of the sun is spread over a large area away from the equator. It results in lower temperature of this area. At the poles, the heat is spread over a wider area. They are cooler. So here only two rays one is direct rays, another one is slanting rays. So direct rays fall on the concentrated small area near the equator. So this area is receive more heat from the sun. So that is why it remains hot. It remains hot throughout the year. As we move away from the equator, the sun rays become slanted. So therefore the sun rays or the heat of the sun is spread over a large area away from the equator. It result in lower temperature of this. So because it is a slanted, that is why they are getting the lower temperature of this area. Is it clear? The earth is divided into three heat zones depending on the varying amount of heat energy received by different regions. One is torrid zone, frigid zone and temperate zone. Let us see. Torrid zone, the area where it is the torrid zone. Here look at the figure 3.2. So this torrid zone. So the area lying between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn is called the torrid zone. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. This torrid zone lying between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is called it is the hottest part of the earth because sunrise fall vertically or directly on this area. The torrid zone is also called the hot tropical zone. Next one, frigid zone. Frigid zone, two regions near two poles of the poles, are up north pole, down south pole. Frigid zone, two regions near the poles of the earth are called frigid zone. These two regions are the area between the Arctic Circle, the frigid zone, North frigid zone, North Arctic Circle. The north, okay, the southern frigid zone, south of the Antarctic Circle. So this frigid zone, these two frigid zone, two regions are area between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, the area between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. In the frigid zone, climate is very cold because it is very far away from the equator. The next, temperate zone. The area lying between the torrid zone and the frigid zone, both the hemisphere is called the temperate zone. It is neither very hot nor very cold. Is it clear? Height from the sea level or altitude. Another factor that influences the climate of the place is altitude or height above the sea level. The higher we go, the colder it gets. So the height of a place above sea level also influences its climate. The higher the place is above sea level, the cooler it will be. This happens because temperature decreases as the height increases above sea level. Therefore, temperature on top of the mountains is lower than the temperature at sea level. Due to the low temperature, mountains also receive more rainfall than low-lying areas. That is why many mountains in the Himalayas remain snow-capped throughout the year. It is known to us that most of the mountain peaks are covered with snow, particularly in winter. This is because the temperature at higher altitude is very low. This explains the reason of people going to hill station like Simla, Nainital and Darjeeling that are cold even in summer. That is why everyone going to hill station during summer period. People go to hill station which are located at higher altitude to escape the heat of the plains. So to compare plains, mountain regions are cold even in summer. That is why people go to hill stations. Is it clear? Next, direction of the wind. Places are also affected by the wind system. Wind is caused by the uneven heating of the air around the earth. Warm air rises and it's replaced by cool air. This produces winds which contain heat and moisture. Thus, it affects the temperature and humidity of the area, causing changes in climate. Direction and nature of winds blowing in a place affect its temperature and climate. So wind blows from the areas of high high air pressure to the areas of low air pressure. Winds coming from the sea carry water vapor or moisture and bring rain. Winds coming from hot areas rise the temperature of the place where they blow in. Winds coming from cold areas reduce the temperature of the place where they blow in. Is it clear? Distance from the sea. The places near the sea have a moderate type of climate as compared to those located in the interior, even if they lie on the same latitude. This is because land heats up and cools down faster than water. When the warm air over the land rises, it is replaced by the cool air from the sea. The sea breeze cools the coastal areas in summer and warms them in winter. So the climate of a place is influenced by its distance from the sea. So winds blowing from the sea bring moisture to the coastal area. Clouds form when warm air from coastal areas meets cool air from the sea. This brings rain in coastal areas. Clouds form. So winds blowing from the sea bring moisture to the coastal areas. Clouds form when warm air from coastal areas meets cool air from the sea. This brings rain in coastal area. That is why coastal areas are cooler and wetter than inland areas. Coastal areas have a moderate climate throughout the year. But the places away from the sea experience extreme cold and hot climates. A moderate climate is neither too hot nor too cold. For example, as Mumbai is situated near the sea coast, its climate is moderate. But Lucknow, being away from the sea, experiences extreme summers and winters. Is it clear? Humidity. What is humidity? Humidity is the presence of moisture in the air. The degree of humidity of a place is related to its distance from the sea. Winds blowing over the sea collect moisture and make the climate in coastal areas very humid. Humidity makes you sweat a great deal. So humidity, the amount of water vapor or moisture present in the air is called humidity. What is humidity? The amount of water vapor or moisture present in the air is called humidity. Rain occurs when humidity of the air rises to a high level. When we feel more humidity at the time rain will occur. Humidity of a place depends on its location from the sea. As the winds blowing in from the sea carry lots of water vapor, the areas around the sea coast are more humid than those located away from the sea. The places near the sea also get more rain than those away from the sea. Humidity and rainfall greatly affect the climate of a region. Is it clear? Next, ocean currents. The ocean currents affect the climate of the places situated in the coastal areas. Oceans have warm and cold currents which affect the areas near which they flow. For example, when Western Europe experienced freezing temperature, the warm Gulf Stream brings respite to the people. How do ocean currents regulate weather? How do ocean currents regulate weather? Winds blowing in the oceans affect the climate of various regions. Winds blowing in the oceans affect the climate of various regions. Ocean currents can warm up or chill down regions depending upon their source. When the warm ocean currents come to the cooler source, they warm up the area. On the other hand, when cold currents reach the warm area, they cool the areas. Ocean currents can warm up or chill down regions depending upon their source. When the warm ocean currents come to the cooler source, they warm up the area. On the other hand, when cold currents reach the warm areas, they cool the areas. Is it clear? That's all for today class. I hope you all understood. Meet you in the next class. Till then, revise the chapter taught. Thank you. Have a nice day.